All right, hola, you guys. Unfortunately, I took a tumble a couple of days ago, and I've just been trying to take some time to basically shake back and heal from the tumble that I took. Um, I have, when you have a chronic illness, when you are a um disabled individual. I mean, you have to listen to your body, and you can only do so much. Sometimes it may feel like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, but in the end, it all work out and it's all good. When you're dealing with a chronic illness and you are a because I'm considered a disabled veteran, so when you are considered classified as a disabled individual, it can sometimes be difficult to remain positive. And also on top of that, being a single parent, two small children, a 3-year old and a 5-year old. Um, I just wanted to talk there. I mean, I don't have an affirmation for today, because it's kind of difficult to, even think about a daily affirmation when you are in. Okay, all right, that's good. Thank you. Thank you for looking out for your best friend. It's kind of, difficult to, even think about a daily affirmation, when you're in pain. And then on top of that, you still have to be on for your little people. And that's why I say a lot about, not taking out your. Okay, is it good? Okay, I'm glad it's good. It's kind of difficult to, not take your frustrations out on your little people. Um, but do your best not to. Try your best not to take it out on them because it is not their fault. I guess I will. The word that comes to mind or that has been coming to mind is responsibility. Um, as a disabled person, a single mother, I think a lot about responsibility. Like our children are our responsibility. We all made decisions, and the decisions that we made, um, the result of our decisions is the fact that we are parents. Yeah, it can be real difficult sometimes to remain positive, but I was saying about responsibility. We all made decisions, and as a result of those decisions, we are mothers, single mothers, and just because you're in a relationship, you can still be a single parent and still be in a committed relationship. You can be a single parent and still be married. So, a single parent is the parent that does things by themselves, um, with little to no help at all from your partner. So if you are in a relationship and you are determined to stay in that relationship, think about the word responsibility. Um, you are not the only person that's responsible for your children. You did not make those children by yourself. So, just think of the word responsibility. Okay, there are several responsibilities that go along with, raising children, and being responsible for children is a job within itself. So don't let anyone tell you that, even if you are a stay-at-home parent, don't let anyone tell you that you're not doing anything all day because it is a responsibility. So just think about all the responsibilities that are involved with raising children and just throw in the mix a disability. One disability. Like I have seen and been a witness to, all the responsibilities that come with, having a household, taking care of a home, making sure basically every room in the house, there's something that needs to be done in every room in the house. Sweeping, mopping, taking out the trash, washing the dishes, wiping the counters, sanitizing everything. I mean, and then on top of that, the cooking. Mm-hmm. Right. The laundry. Then you have, if you live in a house, you have the outside of the house, the yard. You know what I'm saying? Keeping the yard up, keeping everything clean. If your children have a playroom, my children have a playroom. They're going through that phase where they don't like to clean. So guess who's responsible? for making sure that the playroom gets clean. Not them. It's not their responsibility. No, I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you for offering. It's not their responsibility. I mean, they're children. You know, it's great to say that, you're trying to teach them work ethic and all that jazz, but it's not their responsibility. And you can't take it personal whenever they don't want to do something that's not fun or pleasant. I mean, all you can do is just try to guide them in the right direction and show them, maybe give them incentives for cleaning, but you really want them to clean on their own. You don't want to, try to bribe them or promise them things just to get them to clean up. It's easy to fall into that trap. But anyway, I digress. I was talking about responsibility. It's been kind of difficult these last few days to, think about that as a single parent. Because like I said, with me being disabled, anytime I take a fall, and with my disability, I'm very unstable anyway, like off balance. So I have been in denial, about as far as when it comes to using a walking stick. Now, you may or may not have ever seen me use a walking stick, and that's just because of my pride. Like, I refuse to be held down. I refuse to be in a wheelchair. I refuse to, be stuck in the bed. Like, I literally have to get up and do things. I have to do stuff. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. But as a single parent, they're my responsibility. So even this is a conversation I've had with my social worker, because I have a social worker. That's one of the things they give you as a veteran. You have access to a social worker. And so that's one of the things I talk about with her is that I'm glad you think it's the best day ever. That makes me feel a whole lot better too. Yeah, I'm glad you think it's the best day ever. So just case in point, that just made me feel better too, because okay, I'm glad you feel excited about that. That makes me feel better, because I'm literally sitting here making content about, not taking out your stress on your children. And he just said it was the best day ever. So there you go. You have to figure out different. Okay, I got off track again. Social worker. We have talked about that. So I also have a home health care nurse, right? But she's not allowed to help me with anything dealing with my children. So anything that, any responsibility that's tied with my children, that's all on me. So even with the last 2 or 3 days of me literally having to be almost bedridden because I fell, they still have to eat. They still have to get dressed. They still want to do activities. They still want to play. These are some things that you need to think about when you are making these decisions, because you'll be responsible for your children no matter what. Life, everything can be life, and your children do not care how you feel or what you think. They need what they need, and they have every right to need what they need and want what they want, because they're our responsibility. So like I said, that word has been on my mind the last 2 or 3 days. So even though I'm literally stuck in the bed, I still have to get up and do what needs to be done when it comes to them. They need baths. They need to be fed. My 3-year-old, like, sometimes he potties, sometimes he doesn't. So I still have to change his pull-up. Still have to do things, still have to get things done. So I haven't really been on the computer, because with the fall that I took, it's kind of difficult for me to be in any one position for a long period of time. Can't sit, can't lay, can't stand for a long period of time. So with all that being said, just think about the word responsible and responsibility. So even with all that, I'm still responsible to myself to make sure that I don't take that stress or that frustration out on my children. So I guess this just ended up being a so even though you may have, a day like I'm having today, let this be your sign to try to remain positive anyway. Remain positive anyway, and think about the word responsibility, and make sure you make the right choices. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you, guys.